What's going on? I'm Zero to Chaos.
And I am melting data.
Welcome back to Culture Clash, man. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a good little bit.
Woo! But we got that fire for you this episode. I'm going to be honest with you. Because since the last episode, Grounded 2 dropped. And you know we've been talking crazy about that in the pod. So you know we're going to be talking about that today. Not right now, but that's the main topic for today. Just going to be honest with you. Data, have you finished so far what the story has given us in Grounded 2?
I have not. I've gotten, from what I've been able to see with what other people played, probably about halfway through the content that they got out right now.
Okay.
But I've been unfortunately kind of busy with work and whatnot, so I haven't been able to play a whole lot.
I feel you. Ditto. But we're not gonna shake it up too much. Let's go ahead and do like we always do. How you been doing, Data?
Man, I've been making it. I've started new work recently. It's treating me well, and we're getting back to where we need to be. So, how you been doing, man?
Right. Tired. Family emergency. Fixed it. We're good. But let me tell you, you learn that you have muscles on muscles that you did not think you had before when you have to do things out the norm. Your boy Chaos about to get back in the gym. For real. Oh my goodness. But, other than that, been doing pretty strong. Started back up the Year of Oblivion. Now that I got because I got the new graphics card.
Yes, sir.
So everything's changed now. Started playing Oblivion again, remastered. Started playing Apex a little bit. Definitely need some work. It's going to take a while. But we're back. Yeah, just been grateful that the content is still going, but and that we're fitting in the podcast where we can right now because work schedules are important. Because as you know, we do this for fun mostly. We would love to do this for some monetary gain in the future, but for right now, we just enjoy bouncing off awesome takes off each other, and I have nothing wrong with that.
That's right. Unfortunately, the bills do gotta get paid.
Tell me about it.
But we'll be here when we can.
We'll be here when we can. Now, because I know I said a hot take, this is not really a take. This is just a fun question that I found. For new people that are watching the podcast, totally forgot, Culture Clash, we talk about everything. We talk about games, movies, music, books, comics. You name it, good chance we're going to talk about it eventually on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? But
yes, sir.
But I actually was going through my shorts, and I use Data's Instagram message to kind of archive videos I want us to watch. So it just helps me out in the long run. But I think this is funny, and I would love to see what Data's answer is for this one. So let's go ahead and watch this video.
You are offered $500K, but only if you go into the last video game you played as the main character at the start of the game. If you survive a full year, you get the money. As an added incentive, you'll also get the character's skills and abilities, along with whatever money they have. However, if you die in the game, you die for real.
Mike, you're cooked. You're not making it.
I'm cooked, bro.
Mike's dying as soon as he loads into the game.
It's that too. I'm definitely cooked with that. But Last of Us Part 2. Cooked.
The last game I played like that is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
I'm cooked.
I don't know. I might be able to just mind my
He's
business.
got the best chance out of all
I
of
might
us.
mind my business for a year. It's like, Rhino, you got it.
Focus on school.
Sandman,
you got it. Sand Dune.
Now, if I'm Last of Us 2 and I stay in Jackson, stay at the home base with everybody, then I'll do it.
You got the NPCs just saying "Oh, it's time to go." You really should hit the road.
But the thing is, you stay there a year, you're not getting any money, you're not getting any skills. You might as well not do it.
He's why you get money.
500,000.
Yeah, he gets 500,000.
I'm in the world. I'm in the game. I'm just.
Then you get dysentery and die.
I'm just doing farm duty.
You are offered 500K, but only if
just doing farm duty. First off, shout out to the Not That Serious podcast, episode 417. If you want to watch the whole thing, I love these guys. They always have pretty good funny takes. But Data, you have to answer the question, my man. Boom.
You see, the last game that I was playing right before this podcast recording actually was The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And I'm going to be real with you. I don't think I'm going to make it.
I guess because they did state that you are the main character.
Yes.
But
I don't think I'm going to make it.
I feel like... Okay. You said Ocarina of Time. So technically, I think you have the best chance ever. You have the Ocarina of Time. You saying if I just
stay in the forest?
No, you have the Ocarina of Time. Just fast forward time a year and get the money. They said you keep any skills that you have accumulated throughout the year. As long as as long as you learn to play that ocarina, I think you got the money.
Just go learn the Sun Song and just speed it up.
Just go in your room. You know, there's the crisis of Ganon just somewhere out there in the world. He's just waiting, the Triforce, all that good stuff. Look, 500,000. I got the ocarina and 500,000. I think I'm good. Now, of course, I told you I was playing Grounded too. So a part of me is like, I think I could live a year shrunk in the world of like bugs. The only bug that I really don't mess with like that is spiders. And in theory,
that's fair.
The only thing that I think would be the problem is, well, spoiler alert, I guess, but like the random attacks. I'm not gonna tell you from what, but the random bug attacks that would happen would be the problem.
Yeah.
But I am building the Fortress of Solitude. I am literally building some crazy contraption that's going to keep me alive for a year. 500,000 and me being afraid of spiders is not a mix. I'm just going to be right as original. I got lucky because technically I played Apex last night, but this morning I played Grounded too. So I think I saved myself on that one. But I would say we would like to know, anybody that listens to the podcast, what's the last game that y'all played? Hit us up in the comments on that one. But
y'all finna make it or not?
I think a lot of them won't, man. I think a lot of, you gotta think about it. Because just going back to the Ocarina of Time. So let's say you can't use the loophole of the Ocarina to speed up time like that.
Yeah.
Technically, you do have a very bad situation on your hands.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
That's why I was saying I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Like going back in time in certain situations, then have to go forward in time. I mean, you get the Triforce though.
Does the 7-year time skip count as my year? If I make it to the Master Sword, am I good?
I would say yes, because technically it said you have to live 1 year. So technically, yes.
I might could do it.
So it just means you just had to take 7 years to receive the 500,000 though. Technically.
So, second question: do I get to take an item with me? Because if so, Link has a new item in his arsenal. This is going to make a lot of these fights a lot easier.
Because remember, you get any skills, any items that you have accumulated during the 1 year is all legit. Just speedrun.
We might could do it.
I think you can do it. I'm telling you. It's like, because at the same time, you are the main character. So it's like, you're going to get the overpowered abilities, but I mean, I guess, you do have to work towards it.
Yeah.
But then you get...
Unless glitches count, and then, like, I'll skip a lot of abilities, but... That's 500,000.
That's 500,000.
500,000 is 500,000.
And I put it this way, I don't hear nobody go like 500,000 ain't really enough money. 500,000 is enough for me.
That's a house.
That is a house. Easy. That's land.
Yup.
like that can change a lot of people's lives easily. Let me tell you.
Yup.
But I personally think that if segueing into Grounded 2, because from what we know, and I'm glad it's Grounded 2, because if this was Grounded 1, I think I'd be in a much worse situation. And if you've played the game, you know, because we already know that the overall new thing with Grounded 2 is the mounts mechanic that they added into the game.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I am 100% happy they did it. I only got the red ant so far.
Yeah.
But just with the red ant alone, I am able, that mobility just changes the way that this game is played.
It does quite a bit.
And I do like too that they didn't make the ant overpowered off rip. I don't know how the upgrades go for the mounts yet. I haven't gotten that far. But like the base ant, it's not too powerful, but it's not too weak. I like that if it gets defeated in battle, it's not just dead off right. I do like that they put the respawn, the revive mechanic on it. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I doubt they're gonna hear this that well, but if you do, put the revive mechanic on the ant too as well. For us, if I go down and my ant is still alive, they should be able to revive me.
That would be kind of nice to have, honestly. And it's not like it hasn't been done, because like if you think about like Halo 5, they had it where your squad could revive you if you went down. So like it's been done before.
Like, hear me out, man. I'm telling you. Graphically, the game still looks tight. Looks good.
Yes.
Another big change in the game that I think was perfect. Whoever thought of this needs a raise. The Omni tool, just being a like Swiss Army knife.
Yes.
Like that was brilliant.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
That, to me, that's probably the biggest upgrade that I've seen. Because, like, in the first game, I eventually got to the point where I tried to replace as many tools as I could with just a different type of weapon. So, like, when I got to where you could have, like, the battle axes, I was like, bet, I have a battle axe. I'm not going to have an axe anymore because this can do the same work.
Right.
When you get eventually to, like, the pick, like, that's going to be my hammer. I can get rid of the hammer. That way I could have weapons and tools in the same thing to minimize the clutter in the inventory. Because I got almost half my inventory in the first game was like stuff that you needed. It was your weapons with your different damage types. It was making sure you had heals on you, making sure you had food, make sure you have water. Like all the basic stuff you needed to have. But now half my inventory's gone.
Right.
Like, now if I gotta go get supplies or whatever, like, it's just gone. Now they made it so that all your tools aren't in your inventory, which doesn't seem like much. But that's an axe, that's a hammer, that's a repair tool, that's a shovel. Just gone. Not in your inventory anymore.
And trust me, viewers, listeners, it makes a difference. A huge difference. But man, like, overall, because we're still talking about like the Omni tool and things like that, the building is still the same. It's like literally, I would say like 96% of the game is Grounded 1,
which is good.
You know,
like for me, the way I think more companies ought to be, and they used to do this kind of stuff back in the day, where they would reuse the old system, just like a slight graphics bump. Build new levels, what all out of it, and just give you more of what was already good.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zelda did this when they went from, Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask. You had Metroid did it when they went from Prime 1 to Prime 2. Like you've had quite a few games that have done that kind of thing where they're like, oh, this worked in this one. We'll just use the same engine and give you more of the same good thing. Like, I like that they did that. I like that it feels like Grounded 1, but more.
Right. And one thing that I'm actually really happy about that I haven't heard online, is that the whole thing of like, oh, this just feels like a DLC that could have been added to Grounded 1.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people are actually like receiving this game very well. All the people that I've talked to online have enjoyed it. The people that actually enjoy this type of game. A lot of people who don't like, your Minecrafts or your survival craft games, they just went to the next thing, and that's fine. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. That's how it should be. Don't trash the game if you don't like the genre of game that it is. Like, that's totally fine. You don't to not like it. It's just kind of the, kind of like piggybacking off what you said about them just adding the new things. Even like the bug types, even bringing in like the scorpion. I seen the cockroach, the caterpillar, the snail. Like, they were able to add these new, aggressive and non-aggressive creatures into the world, and it just opens the world so well.
Especially like it makes it feel like it, because I mean, if you ever go out and like look at your backyard or something like that, like you got bugs almost everywhere. Like every square inch has something in it.
Yep.
And there were some times in the first game where it could feel a little empty. There was nothing really there. In the second game, you can't go more than like 10 feet, and then there's another bug. They're not always hostile, but they're always there.
Right. Yeah, I like that though, because one thing about open world games and having nothing to do within them, it gets really stale when you're just wandering an open world with nothing happening. I like that in Grounded 2 and in Grounded that, you can just be minding your business, going to do your task, and you might catch a couple ants having like warfare against a creature in the cut.
Yep.
I'll go help them. You help them out, then now they want to kill you. Now they're mad at you, So it's just seeing how like the world exists. The bugs that are in this game exist very well in this game. Ants are anting, weevils are weeveling, whatever they're doing. They just there. Like the ladybugs. I saw some butterflies too now. So it's ever evolving, and one thing that I do want to give them props for, because the story beats of this game, because yes. At first, I didn't like that it was the same characters from the first game. I think they're a little older, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, at first I was like, man, I feel like this is going to get stale. But at the same time, I realized, I'm like, outside of maybe, I think they do have like their own passive abilities, don't they? Like each one?
I don't think they have separate abilities. I think it's the same. Like you could build each character however you wanted it to be.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is. That's okay. Because maybe I'm looking at it as like it's just a skin, and fine. If I had to nitpick on it, I would say maybe no. I'm not even gonna nitpick, because I was gonna say maybe make like custom characters, but once you see how many like armor pieces and weapon pieces that they have that you can make in this game, I think I can forgive them for not giving us a custom character.
Honestly, like the personality pieces that you get from all the different characters, I'm really glad that they kept the same 4 characters from the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And if they make more Grounded past that, I would like to see them in some way, shape, form. Like, I'd like to see these characters at least make an appearance. Because, like, for those of y'all that played the first Grounded, I mained Willow, and I'm playing her in the second game too. Like, the little, like, quips that they have when they're walking by different bugs, when you pick up, like, raw science, stuff like that. Like, the personality that's in each character, like, I absolutely love that. Like, I love the little quips, like, because in the first game, every time Willow would pass, like, the little worker ants, she would always be like, yo, hello, comrade, working for the colony. And in the second game, when you pass an ant, she's like, you know, unfortunately, your beloved Soviet Union has fallen now, comrade. And so, like, just, like, the little personality quips, it's like, I love that about these characters. I'm so glad that they brought them back for the second game. Like, I love that.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I'm doing the run with Max. And
yeah,
there are those times where you can tell he's like, man, I remember doing this, or like, oh, I miss having this weevil steak, you know, things like that. And it's like, and then it hits me. I'm like, man, these kids have had a dark childhood. Let me tell you. We Grounded 1. We figured it out. We saved the backyard. Fast forward to Grounded 2. Why are we back in this same situation? And then kudos, because Obsidian, right? Yeah, Obsidian. Kudos.
Yeah.
The dark element of this game is so subtle, but so important to this game. The amount of dead people that are in this game is hilarious. I sat there so many times. I was like, "Oh, okay." Enter the lab. Look left, dead guy. Look right, bones. Oh, or if you catch it, have you seen like the pads, the notepads?
Yeah,
that have like little doodles on them of like the ants like overtaking the people, the humans, and things like that. I was like, yo, they genuinely had fun making this game, and I see it.
Yeah, they did an amazing job. The first one, when they started to talk about it with like when the stuff was coming about, the announcements for the second one and whatnot, and they were like, yeah, it started out as a game made by 13 people about like being shrunk down in a backyard. And they were like, and then that became way bigger than we ever thought it was going to be. And they're like, and now we have a bigger team dedicated to Grounded 2. When I heard that, I was like, that is amazing what they were able to do with 13 people.
13.
Like, that's crazy.
And that's the thing, man. Like, seeing, you know, we somehow always figure a way to revert this right back to the gaming culture of how things are right now. But seeing how these bigger companies, and no, Obsidian is a big company, so we're not downgrading Obsidian, but like seeing how their counterparts are doing with their teams and throwing like over 90% of their teams to like one game. You know, because remember, they still have the Outer Worlds 2 coming out? Outer Worlds 2 coming out?
Yeah, they've got Outer Worlds 2 coming out later. They had Avowed earlier in the year. They've got the Grounded 2 early access. They had, forget if it was last year or maybe the year before, they had Pentiment that had came out.
Okay, I remember that. I think that was last year.
And then the year before Pentiment was when they had the Grounded full release. It's like they've been putting out quite a bit of stuff the last few years.
And I'll be real. I would say the only one I did not enjoy in that list, I think, was Avowed. If I had to be critical about the game, it's like the idea is there. If this in like the mechanics, visually the game looked good. Mechanically, I can see where they're going. But the overall game, like it was empty.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was empty, and that's really concerning to say after I just said Grounded 2 was like so lively and full. You know, so it's I don't know if Avowed's going to get a sequel. It may not, but coming to like the Outer Worlds 2, that from the previews that we saw in an earlier podcast an earlier episode that we had, it looked full. The world space looked lived in. That's what I wanted to say. It looked lived in. But Obsidian, like, just keep doing what you're doing at this point. You know, if you're giving your team the creativity to make these type of games and to really crack open that imagination to put this together, because let's be honest, the last time I saw this concept of shrinking kids into like the bugs was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And that came out when I was a kid. So, and we have not really seen this concept done in a while.
Yeah.
I give it to him. Like, now, will this carry on to, because I did see they had like the store. I don't really see much microtransactions or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they're going to have like DLC packs that come out maybe later when the full version comes out, which is okay. You know, I'm a little bit more lenient on DLC than, you know, your heavy microtransaction games. So if they bring out some more mount packs, things like that, who knows? You know, maybe I'm gonna call it. Maybe Obsidian could be the one that changes the game when it comes to just this formulaic release of things. Because if Grounded 2 looks like this and it performs like this, I don't want to see a Grounded 3 in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, if Grounded 2 can still perform 2-3 years down the road this way, and you can just add maybe like another section to the backyard or to the, you know, the park, you know, just add different sections and let's see what happens. You know, they could have something very innovative on their hands, I feel like, if they do it right.
Honestly, I think the team at Obsidian, if any team working at a game studio, is the right team to like kind of fight against the kind of the track record that we're seeing in the gaming industry of trying to like hyper monetize everything. I think it's them. Because they had one of their developers that talked about it, about the Outer Worlds 2. And he was like, yeah, it was in the middle of developing the Outer Worlds 2 that we were bought by Microsoft. And he was like, it was the most awkward thing in the world to be bought by a massive corporation while you're making a video game about how massive corporations are evil. And
awkward.
so like kind of that outlook of like kind of fighting against the bigger players, being that it can come from one of the bigger players, I think they have a chance at fighting that trend. Like, I think their employees, like, personalities and, like, the way things are ran, I think that if anyone has a shot, they probably do. Now, that could change, because turnover happens at companies. Mm-hmm. That could flip in a few years, and it could be a totally different song. But where it is currently, I have hope.
I agree. And I will say, Microsoft, let them be.
Yes.
I feel like, you know, before we segue to the next topic, I low-key kind of feel like they put their nose in a lot of things. And instead of them realizing, like, man, maybe we should just let this company just do what they do. We bought you. You're already established. It's not like you have some weird things going on in the background of the company. If you bought the company and they have a good timeline for their games, let them go.
Yeah.
You know, maybe tell them like, hey, you know, we bought you, but like, this may be what we want to do on the producing side. Like, you know, hey, you know, we're only going to give you heavy production, promoting money for like one of them. Which one do you think it should be?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just my business mind at work. But instead of them like, we buy you, you know, Hi-Fi Rush, you know, game does amazing, awesome, and you fired everyone for no reason. Just like instead of just going, hey, can you make another one of those Hi-Fi Rush games and then maybe make another game? Yes or no? Well, the team's kind of small. We might can do a Hi-Fi Rush 2 right now. Or could we like wait till next year and work on that, bring out another smaller game, and then bring out Hi-Fi Rush? Who knows? Maybe these conversations are not happening. But Microsoft has done a lot. That I feel like a lot of it gets swept under the rug. Because we're gamers, because we love video games and we love this entertainment spectrum, we hear about it a lot. But like my parents don't have no idea that Microsoft laid off 9,000 people recently. They have no idea about that. But like if I mention it to them, they'll understand. Like, oh wow, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, but like we said earlier, let them live. Let Obsidian do what Obsidian does best. And you'll be surprised, Microsoft, what they can bring you.
They are killing it right now. Like if you let them run the way they're running, you will not be disappointed in how well that they do. Like gamers are loving the direction they're going at the moment. Let them do it.
Let them cook. So now, another game that we should let cook. Now, Data.
Buddy.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know there was a direct that happened. That's how out of the loop I was on this one. But you brought up the Adventure of Elliot, the Millennium Tales.
Yes, sir.
And you said that this could be, I think the mechanics of this game might be something that I would be intrigued in.
It looks to me, from what I could see in the trailer and stuff, it looks a lot like your old school, like 2D Zeldas. Okay. And to me, like that old action RPG style, like I loved that stuff. There were some games on like Sega that did some of that. You had like early like Super Nintendo stuff that did that. And that style of game kind of like faded out of existence when like the GameCube and stuff came around. So like I'm excited. It looks good to me, and then the art style is like
Ooh.
Chef's kiss on top.
Can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. The only thing right now that I see that's disturbing me right now is that Nintendo Switch right now. Me and the Switch.
It's coming to more platforms. That's the first thing I checked when I saw the announcement. I was like, please tell me this is coming to anything else. And I saw on Square's website, they were like, it's coming to PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. The demo for it is Switch 2 exclusive, which is trash.
Man, that's hard.
But the final release will be all platforms. So I can forgive them a little bit.
A little bit, but you're still on the radar though. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer. I'm excited because you said a couple keywords right there that already intrigued my brain. Like, ooh. So let's check it out. This is the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales from the Nintendo Direct showcase. First off, Nintendo, run me a Switch in the demo, bro. I'll give you a survey. I'll give you a survey. Yo, Square Enix, bro. Square Enix ain't missing. Yo.
Right?
Okay. So hear me out. Did they just successfully take Octopath Traveller and make it an action RPG?
Basically.
Like,
yeah.
Like, this is literally Octopath Traveller without the turn-based.
Pretty much.
Like, don't be surprised if you see a character from Octopath Traveller. First off, I thought she said Philadelphia. Am I the only one? It might be the only one. I was like, Philadelphia? I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't right. But, yo, soundtrack, fire too. Like, and they said
it looks good.
This looks really good. And we got Faye the Fairy. Who's a fairy? Like, just Square Enix. I'm just going to put this out there real quick. Whoever you had read the narration for this trailer, they called her Faye the Fairy, and then you literally used the text box where she goes, I'm Faye. I'm a fairy. She could, like, I don't know. That bugged me. I could be nitpicking. That bugged me. Because
That's fair, though.
You literally just turned Faye into Navi right there, instantly, that quick. That quick.
I mean, when you look at it, though, you've got an adventurer that's walking around with a fairy companion. If this isn't inspired by The Legend of Zelda, I don't know what it's inspired by. Like, legit, this is just Square's Zelda. To me, that's what this looks like.
To be honest with you, yes. I feel like they were like, look, Zelda clearly is going, Birth by Sleep. They're clearly going that direction. They're going the beautiful open world. Look, fairy companion, character, possibly quiet protagonist. We'll find out when the game drops. I am going to say this, though. As much as I love this game, it looks really good. I can't wait for it to come out. 2-player mode with someone playing a fairy is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. And I need that to stop. Because they did it, like, some weird reason. They see the Switch and they go, oh, 2-player mode. Like, what was it? Mario Odyssey. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm Mario. I'm the Cap. What? Just say when you give your little brother or little sister the second controller, that's what you're doing. That's how it feels. Like, maybe take some time, make it to where the fairy, like, transmutes to another whole character. Maybe the game gets a little harder. Maybe a little more enemies appear or something, I don't know how hard that is to do in the game, but there's my only 2 cents right there for that.
That's fair.
But I guess I will say HD 2D, man, it don't miss. Like,
I love that art style so much. It did good in Octopath. It's doing good with, like, the Adventures of Elliot. It looks good with the Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 remasters that they did. Like, I love this art style so much. Like, I want to see more of this. Like, I love it.
Like, it is way too clean. And, man, 2026 is not bad. It's just that limited release, man. Like, I get it, but then I don't like it. Like, give me I want the demo too, man.
Yeah.
Like,
when they announced that the demo was only coming to Switch, I was like, that's trash. Like, I'm glad the final release is coming to more platforms, but, like, limiting your demo to just Switch players, like, that's trash.
Right.
Like, the console that's been the worst for consumers, that's the one you're giving the exclusive to? Like, come on, Square. We can do better.
I think my biggest fear with that, I mean, yeah, I know there's adults that play Switch too, so it's not like your age demographic is going to be weird when it comes to the demo testing. But I think it's just, to me, it's like to only have the Switch 2 as like your play test.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that when we get the PC port, it may be lacking in certain features, or certain features might feel weird if all they have is just a handheld perspective of this game. Because visually for PC it don't matter. It's going to look fire on PC. Like, that's just period. Yeah. But most people are going to be using their controllers or keyboards. And I feel like at least had to come out for PC too. If you didn't want to do Xbox and PlayStation, at least had to come out for PC, so you could get people who are going to play with a keyboard, who are going to play with a controller.
Yeah, get the extra, like, control schemes out there. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm ready. I'm ready for this game. 2026. I'm not buying the Switch 2, but 2026, I can see it. Yo, put it on Game Pass.
They already got Octopath on Game Pass, so, like,
right.
Maybe.
Free on Game Pass. It'll definitely get played then. I'm just putting it out there, man. Don't be afraid to put your games on Game Pass, please. I like games, especially when I can play them for free. Now, sticking with sticking with this concept of beautiful games, and we talked about it earlier, Octopath Traveller. So also this direct, they announced a game as well. Octopath Traveller 0. Now, I have seen this trailer. So I know what to expect on this one. But of course I'm excited. Maybe not for the Switch thing, but I am excited. So let's crack this one open and we'll talk about it after the trailer. Man, I'm telling you. Christmas gift right there. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. Put that in my stocking, please. I don't know how I'm gonna play it because I ain't got a Switch. But yo,
that's coming to PC as well. I already got that wish listed on Steam.
Oh well,
it's already got a Steam page.
I know what I'm about to do after this podcast, bruh. Like Square Enix, like whoever like told them to stick with this. First off, I didn't realize that guy was named Zero. They named the guy Zero, see? Yeah. But the team member that said, "Yo, I have an art design style that's going to be amazing, and we're going to be able to use it for everything." This works so well. The colors, like it's still dark, but it's still colorful. You know, like so.
Yep.
Like, look at all those characters. Create your own character, and you know how much of a sucker I am with creating your own character. This game is hitting all of my likes. The construction of the town, bruh. Come on.
Well, especially like for anyone who says that turn-based is dead, like you haven't played a game like Octopath Traveller recently.
Tell me about
it.
Like,
let's be real. Like, it is probably one of the best turn-based series in like more recent gaming history. Like, it is amazing. I love Octopath Traveller. Like,
I agree. I would say Octopath Traveller really picked up the turn-based RPGs when it dropped. The first one. The second one, just from what I've heard, I haven't played yet. I heard just continues that good feeling, you know. And you know, with Expedition 33 dropping this year, bringing turn-based to that, bringing that 3D turn-based with the parry systems and all of that, you know, put some respect on turn-based, please. I've been fighting for turn-based my whole life. I am an OG Final Fantasy fan, bruh. Before the 3D Kingdom Hearts style fighting for Final Fantasy, bro. Like turn-based, random encounters. Yes,
sir.
Yes. This game,
got that old Final Fantasy, old Dragon Quest, all that good stuff.
Tell me, bro. If I have the funds, come December, this is a day one cop. For sure. Like, man, see, like Square Enix, they don't be. I don't want to say they don't be missing. I'm pretty sure if I sit back and think, I can find a couple games that they missed on. But there's a lot of more hits. Square Enix, they have found their bag and like their pocket, and they hit it every time. I feel like.
Oh yeah, if you're an RPG fan, like Square is one of the cornerstones of the games that you play. Like, let's be real with that one. If you're an RPG fan, like, you spend a lot of time with Square's games.
Oh yes. And look, as long as this company ain't going nowhere, they strong. They coming out with good, consistent games. Look, Nintendo, you should be thanking Square Enix right now. My opinion. Just putting it out there, man. Like,
they didn't have to give you the exclusive. They could have gone anywhere with it.
Anywhere. And especially in this climate right now, oh yeah. You know, but not to rag on the Switch as hard as I do in Nintendo right now. This game is just...
They don't get it bad enough.
Right.
That's just me, though.
You know, this game is going to look good on the Switch, too. It's going to look good. You know, I feel like this game works very well in a handheld position, especially with this town creation build and stuff. I feel like being able to do that on the go is going to be clutch. And I really would love, after this direct, I would love for them to do another trailer just highlighting the town building. To see what truly does that open up. Like, you know, can you put a bar? Can you put the armory and the weaponsmith and the blacksmiths and stuff? And can you adjust prices and stuff? Like, how deep do you think they're going to go with that town creation?
Yeah.
Because, like I said earlier, it's hitting on all of the levels right now. And day one for me, man. Clear.
Yeah, like, I mean, they've done a good job with like their new 2D like art style games. Like, if they can keep this up and just keep like that HD 2D thing going for a while, like, I love it.
Oh, for sure. And I'm going and call it. I don't know if the Elliot trail that we saw, if I don't see a crossover somewhere in this game, in either that game or this game, I feel like there's going to be a crossover somewhere with that game.
They should. Like, they own both titles. They easily could.
Like, same art style. It looks like it looks like it might be in the same region at least or something. Like, would not be mad if they did that. Bring back crossovers in your company, your game companies, please. Please. We need them. Like, people don't, a lot of the kids, they don't realize that. A lot of the kids today, they got the Fortnite, they got all their skins of many, many things. But back in the day when you play the game and the Easter egg was a character from another game that they have in their catalog, and you're like, oh, what? That's fire. Like, bring that back. Please.
Yup. Man, it was always my favorite thing back in the day playing Fable 2. And you could use the energy sword and the assault rifle for your sword and your gun. Coolest things. Like, be able to use the Halo weapons in a Fable game. Like, bring that kind of stuff back. That's just cool.
Yeah, and plus it's easy fan service. I feel like some companies forget that. That's why do y'all think Fortnite still exists very strong? Because their fan service is ridiculous. We may not like how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
They are.
Now, to wrap it up, we're going to the last topic for the pod. Data, I'm gonna let you take this one fully, because you know, can we figure out? Okay, so can we before the next time you bring us something music related, we need to have like a title for this now. We have to, bro. We have to, because literally, I said Data don't miss. But I don't think that would be a good title for this segment. So when Data brings us new music, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna figure it out. But Data,
we need a title for that, because, man, my favorite hobby is to sit down and like just look through, whether it's Spotify, YouTube Music, scroll through TikTok, whatever it is, just find artists that I haven't heard before. Even if the songs aren't new, just find artists I haven't heard before and listen to some of their stuff. Mm-hmm. This is an artist, and this song is a couple of years old, I want to say. This is an artist that I found maybe 3-4 months ago, and I've been kind of going through their music. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Come across songs that you're not familiar with, especially if it's in like different types of genres and stuff. Because I try to listen to a little bit of everything. I can't say everything, but a little bit of what I know how to find, I guess I should say, which is mostly American music. But this is a country artist, a relatively new country artist, last half a decade or so. The name is Bryan. This is not his newest release. I forget which song is his newest release, but he is still putting out music. He had a song came out this year, so he's still going. But man, I think you'll like it.
All right. Now I will say this though, 56.9K subscribers on YouTube, so he got a following. He got a following. So this is Matthew 7-1. Bryan Andrews is the official music video. Let's crack into it. Ooh. Okay. First off, that could hit my like list. I ain't gonna lie. That was good.
It's a more like soft, kind of somber tone to it. Like, and for those of y'all, he kind of gets the gist of it. Obviously, the title of the song, it's a Bible verse. Matthew 7:1, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Bible like that, it's judge not that ye be not judged. And if you hear what he's talking about, a lot of people judging him in the song for, stuff that he's done in his life, etc. Not all of his music is, religion themed. He has songs about other stuff. So like, if people aren't religious like that, like there's other stuff that they can go listen to by him. This is just one that I was on my way home from work in the car. Like, this came on through the shuffle. Cause I've been listening to quite a bit of his music recently. This came on shuffle in the car and I was like, man, like, I feel like he would be a good addition to what we've talked about musically on the podcast. Like, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of country. Not to say that like I don't like it, but like in comparison to all the other stuff I listen to, it's probably the smallest percentage. But there are quite a few country artists that I like to listen to. And like, I love the raw emotion that he's able to put into all of his songs. The song that introduced me to him is a song called Hey Mom. And like, the raw emotion that he puts into it, the stuff he talks about, just like the struggles he's got going on. Like, I love that in music. Like that. I love when you can feel the emotions from the artist while you're listening to it. Like, that's good stuff.
100%. See, I had to let Data marinate this one for me, y'all. Cause I'll be real, when Data hit it like this, like you're saying, Data don't miss, bro. Data don't miss. Cause one thing that a lot of people may not know, I'm very big in my faith. So when I see things like this and I hear things like this, it warms the spirit, So it's like, and the message is true. The message, and first off, I 100% get it where you said, his tone, the gravity, really the weight, but same thing, but the weight in his voice. It's not just like, I'm just singing to perform this. No, like he's truly emotionally like performing this. And that changes the whole vibe of this song entirely. I'm kind of like you are. Country is not my go-to. Of course, I have a couple of country songs on my like list on Spotify, but it's just something that really hits my religion. Something that I feel like this is something that is very important to. You break down that Bible verse and he's highlighting that, and the imagery that he has in this video too. His this production company that did his video, I like the choice of frames and things that they chose for this video. Just if he's drinking, he's at the bar drinking, playing pool, does that make him a bad person? Who am I to judge? I respect that. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. Now that I got my serious tone off, now I'm going to be, first off, I don't like pickup trucks, but that is a nice looking pickup truck right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not my wife has been saying, she's like, can our second car be a pickup truck? And I'm like, I know we live in Georgia, but really? I was like, look, if you want a pickup truck, we can get a pickup truck. It needs to be that pickup truck. That sounded amazing.
That is a nice looking truck.
That's a nice looking truck, man. I'm just gonna put it out there. But saying like Bryan Andrews, like, this is a very good song, my brother. Like, I love the message. I love the imagery. You know, keep doing what you're doing. You got 56.9K subscribers, so I know he's doing something right. So I'm gonna have to sit down and listen to some more of his work, because that, if this is the quality that he's giving out, I'm down to hear some more from him.
My favorite song by him so far is the one I was introduced to him by. It's a song called "Hey Mom." Like I said, like, it's another one like this. He doesn't have a whole lot of like super fast paced music. A lot of his music is a little slower, a little bit more somber. And like, just kind of the stuff that he talks about through his music. Like, I love the raw emotion that you can feel, just kind of him putting everything out on a page. Like, I love that. So like, if you want to dive into anything else of his, my suggestion would be look up "Hey Mom," Sing Guy, like, and tell me you don't feel some of the things he talks about in that song, because when I heard that the first time, I was like, man, I feel that.
I was like, it's touching on those. Whew, you get those chills, don't you? I'm sitting there like, get them chills. I know. Now, because we are getting to that time at the end of the pod, we actually completed all of our topics for a chance.
On time for once.
On time. Now, before we do the closing statements, there is actually something that I want to show everyone and everyone that's listening. Fan of the pod. We're fans of his music. YNG Deuce. What you doing? Where you been? If y'all know, y'all know. Y'all thought it was a joke. I made a joke, I guess, a couple of pod episodes ago, and I said, yo, I need to see this on a shirt. I need to see this on a shirt. And guess what your boy Chaos did? Put it on a shirt. And he knows I got permission to do it. And it's out. The shirt's out. Support. If you like YNG, do support. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this one again and put it back on the socials. Because you know what? He's out here doing his thing. He actually had a couple of new songs come out towards these last couple of weeks. We're going to have to hit some of those up.
Yes, sir.
He's on his 2000 vibe right now. And I'm going to be honest.
He's going for it lately.
He's been spitting. All right. So I don't want people to think like, oh, we're just talking about people. No. You give us the opportunity to help y'all, we gonna help you. Guaranteed. All right. Check them out. It's on Etsy.
That's real too. Like,
it's on Etsy. You know what I'm saying? And it's YNG Deuce approved. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, sir. This came in collaboration with the artist. This is not something we're doing outside of the artist's knowledge. He's well aware of this.
Well aware. And I thank you. And again, I thank you, Deuce, for letting us do this, because he didn't have to. He didn't have to. And if he would have said, nah, I'm good, all respect, no problem. But you know what? FSP is my company. Like, I always want to try to help like small, big, medium content creators, artists, you name it. I try my best to help, you know. And y'all can't see it. Y'all kind of can see it. That little blur right here, my finger is right here. That's the printing press, y'all. We print. You need logos for your shirts. You need business logo. I can print them for you. Shameless plug at the end of the podcast. Just letting y'all know what we do out here. Whew. Let me breathe. Let me get a sip. All right, y'all. So let's wrap up this episode. All right, Data. The floor is yours for the closing statements for this pod. This episode.
Man, I appreciate everyone who stuck with us this far. We love coming here, being able to talk about the different topics, all the things that we kind of have pile up throughout the weeks. Like, we love coming up here, chopping it up, seeing y'all in the comments. It's amazing. As always, you can see us on all your favorite platforms. We're on Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, YouTube Music, YouTube proper. We got shorts on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Anywhere you like to consume your podcast content, we are there. Like he just mentioned, we have the YNG Deuce What You Doing shirt up on Etsy. We have other shirts up as well. Other designs that have been made in the past with collaborations, some with other independent creators, some are in like original designs. So there's a mixture up there. So check that out if y'all want to. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us for this time.
Yes.
You could have spent your time a lot of different places, and you chose to spend it with us, and that's awesome.
I know where that reference is coming from. I know where it's coming from. Yes, y'all. But yes, everybody, please stay safe. Be good to each other. You know what I'm saying? We only got one life. Live it right. Until next time, I'm Zero to Chaos.
And I am Melting Data.
And this has been another episode of Culture Clash. Catch you later. Deuces.